Welcome back, friends. In today's video, I want to explain what a ghost print is. So I've been getting a lot of questions in the comments. What is a ghost print? Please explain. So I thought by now that I would have explained this, but maybe I wasn't clear. So I'm going to attempt to be as clear as possible. So we're going to use some phthalo blue green shade and some Titan green pale. I'm also using some stencils that I just cut out of craft plastic, sort of wavy patterns. And this was a stock artwork that I found that is Matisse inspired. It's hard to see it right now, but you'll see as we use it. So I am going to start with a blue background. This is phthalo blue green shade. I don't think I got that in the right position, but anyway, we're gonna do a composition like that. And then I'm going to pick this up with a sheet. So, you know, maybe if I had laid down a color first, this would have been nice, but and maybe we'll attempt that later. But what is under here is what I call the ghost anyway. And as you could see, my plate was really a mess. And I'm gonna carefully pick this up. So now I leave this to dry and then I pick it up with the pale green. You know, this is fluid acrylic, dries pretty fast. So it might be dry enough already. I like some of these little dollops I've gotten in here. I don't even know why. I like some of the edges around the Matisse inspired stencil that I created on my Cricut. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up my ghost. Like I said, this is the ghost because we made a print earlier, even though that's not a print that was intentional. That was just to get me the ghost. And that is my ghost. Okay, so I'm going to do another one, but on this next one, I'm going to show you, this was in the middle of another session. I was doing postcards. You might have seen that video. If you haven't, I'll link it up at the top. And I'm just laying down some, I already have two layers. I have the black was a ghost from an intentional ghost that I created with a stencil. And then I put a mask down and pushed some paint through, and now I'm putting on a top layer where I'm intending to pull all three layers. Now this paint that I'm using on the right hand side, this cadmium orange, was from a container. It was not fluid. And it was thicker and stickier and probably needed to dry longer. So the postcards I'm laying down, the one on the left-hand side had enough time to adhere to the paper, and the one on the right side did not pick up everything. So you shall see in a second. I'm going to pick up the one on the right, and it leaves a lot of the paint on the plate, along with all the layers underneath. Not very successful. I don't see any of that black and blue like I do on the one on the left. So then I figured, well, there's all this paint that's been left here. Let me put another postcard down while it's still wet, and let me just leave it. So I left it for about 5 minutes. I'm pressing down with a clean piece of paper so that I don't get any paint on the back side of the postcard. But I really wanted to leave it. I left it for 5 minutes. And it picked up all of the paint that was left in that area. Okay, so here they are side by side. The one on the left is the one that did not pick up all the paint. Now see how they match? See how so the one that is on the right in this case is the ghost. It was the paint that was left on the plate after I finished that initial pull. So on this next one, I'm going to do a positive and negative from a single stencil layout. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a mixture of green, gold, and Titan Pale, and I'm going to create a background. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that and a little bit of this. And we're going to try to, I'm going to switch to my smaller brayer. Try to blend these two nicely. And I'm just going to pick this up as a background. So now we have to put down our phthalo blue again. And with this method, I should end up with 2 sheets that look like positive and negative compositions. And I'm going to use this sheet again to pick that up. I didn't register this or anything, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, not registered at all, but actually kind of interesting. So now we are left with our ghost. I'm going to try to use some rice paper or some deli paper to clean up the edges of this. I'm going to try to get some of this additional paint from the edges. Yeah, much better, much cleaner. It's going to give me a cleaner ghost. So all I'm doing here with the deli paper is cleaning up the edges around my stencils or masks and getting some cleaner lines. Not completely clean, but cleaner. So I'm going to use rice paper this time. Make sure this is dry. And I'm going to use this Titan Green Pale again. And I'm going to use a larger sheet of rice paper. Another common question that I get is which rice paper do I get? And this is by Art Advantage, and it's called Oriental Rice Paper, and it's actually 9.5 by 13. And it's smooth on one side and toothy on the other. I put it smooth side down. So this will pick up our ghost, and it's the opposite of our last print. And I love it. So now you could see this is our first print. Our second print was the ghost. We did the background first, put it aside, let it dry. Then we did a phthalo blue background. We laid down our masks. In this case, they were masks. We laid them down on the plate and we pulled over on top of the pre-printed background. Or we could have just done it like the first time where we just used a white piece of paper just to get it off the plate. So after we picked it up, we cleaned up the edges a little bit so that we could get a sharper ghost print, and that is here. And this, so as you can see, they're like positive, negative, but I always love the ghost print. So I hope this helps you understand exactly what a ghost print is and how you can plan your pulls so that you have positive and negative, because you never know which one you're going to like best. I would always, maybe plan for the positive and then definitely never just wipe off the ghost, because the ghost sometimes is your better print. And definitely experiment with planning to use only the ghost. Really plan ahead, clean up your edges. What I think I love about the ghost the most is how it looks outlined a little bit fuzzier. I think it really gives the image more dimension. Well, anyway, so I hope you like this video. I hope this helps you understand and make better jelly prints in the future. So take care, see you next time, and don't forget to create, inspire, and share. Bye-bye.